Hey everybody, my name is Michael. You know me as Coding Jungle, and today I want to show you how to use a really cool feature of PHP Storm, and along with the whoops error catcher thingy. I don't know what to call it. Whoops, this right here, the whoops errors for cool kids. A lot of projects use it. I know IPS, one of the applications that I work a lot in, um, uses it in their in dev. While you're in dev. And they set up an option where you can, like you're using like it uses the pretty page handler, and you can actually set up a an editor in it. And when they mean by editor, they mean like your IDE. And I use PHP Storm. I love PHP Storm. If you use anything else, you're doing it wrong, in my opinion. I know you Sublime people will probably attack me for that, but hey. Um, so today I was playing around with it, and I came across this repo here, and all the links will be available below in the description on the tutorial here on my site and in the YouTube description in case you come across it on YouTube. And basically, what this allows you to do, it registers and opens up the protocol for the PHP Storm protocol. Now, there's a guide here for Linux, Mac, and Windows. Even though I'm known as a Linux guy, I'm not in Linux right now. I haven't actually tried Linux yet on this. I don't have a Mac, so I don't know anybody with Mac. Feel free to test it out and let me know. But this is one that's for Windows, and the reason I want to do this video instead of just providing links or a rundown is I feel these directions are sort of incomplete because I ran into a problem and I had to go googling it, and it wasn't above my head. It was just complicated. So I know a lot of devs, who are, they're good with programming, but when it comes to like figuring out stuff like on the computer, they're not with it. So this is basically what this video is for. The first one says clone the repository. We're not going to clone it. What we're going to do is we're going to come up here and click on clone or download, and we're going to just download it. Uh, Ignore my email here. Turn on quiet hours. And so we're going to go download it. And when we download it, it downloads a zip file. And when you open it up, and it opened up on the wrong screen, it'll have this folder in it, PHP Protocol Master. And when you go into it, you'll see a folder called PHP Storm Protocol Win, PHP Storm Protocol.app, the other files, which I'm assuming are the Linux files. And so the next step would be to copy over the Win folder, the PHP Storm Protocol Win, to C Programs folder. But before we do that, I'm going to show you a couple things in it, like like on the registry edit here. Like you have to do a registry, and just to show you that it's nothing malicious, I'm going to open it up and walk you through it. I'm not a registry expert, but everything looks all right here. Basically, what it's doing is it registers the PHP Storm protocol, and it tells it to run this Windows script here, which is the runeditor.js file, and it tells it where to locate it. So that's basically what this does. It adds it to the registry. I'm in Windows 10. I'm pretty sure it will probably work in Windows 8. I don't know about 7 or Vista yet. But from my understanding of the registry, they're almost identical all the way back to like Windows 3 or Windows 95 when the registry or whatever it was introduced. So it should work. Excuse me. Now this run editor.js isn't a JavaScript file, it's a Windows script file. And we're going to open that up too. I'm going to show you what's in it. And it has a couple settings. Like if you're on 32-bit Windows for whatever reason, you want to set this to false. Or if you're not running a 32-bit PHP Storm, I guess. I don't know why you wouldn't be. But if you are, set this to false. The folder name, and the reason that's important is because when you install PHP Storm, it installs it to its own subfolder. of JetBrains here. So we'll go find it. As you can see, mine's installed. Even though I got 2017.3, it's still installed to 27.1.4. So that's correct for me. It should be for most people. But if it's not, change that for you. Change that for yourself. And the same with the Windows title. Like if it's already running, that this is what this is for. I might have to change that for mine, but keep that in mind. You have to change that. Now here's the interesting bit. I run Windows subsystem for Linux for my local host. I don't use WAMP or MAMP or XAMPP or anything like that. And I have to. My project path is actually. And my local, where the files are actually located on my system, is, I guess that would be capital. So if you are running a remote server, or running WSL, or you're running a remote server with a sync to local files, you need to set up the base path and the project path for this to work correctly. Um, if not, leave it be and it will work. It will work just fine. So if you're running like a WAMP or XAMPP or anything like that, then leave these blank. So go ahead and save your changes, and then what you want to do is come back over here and you want to copy this folder, and then you want to come over to the C drive and come over here to program files. As you can see, I've already copied it, and then you want to paste that over here. Now for this to work, make sure you've already run the run editor .reg, and it will work. Now the issue I ran into, because I said I would the reason I wanted to do this video is because I ran into an issue, is because of this right here. After you run the registry edit and you actually go to try to run it, it will pop up with this error here. Well, it did for me. It might not for you. It says can't find script engine, JScript, or script, blah, 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 or it might say no script engine for file extension.js. And this is where this comes in. I found this. This is what helped me. You want to open it up an elevated command prompt, and if you're in Windows 10, the way you do that is you right click here. I have mine set to PowerShell, but for you, it will say command. If you don't, it will say command prompt admin. So basically, what you want to do is you want to open up one of those with the admin privilege, and then you want to type in the. I can't type tonight. Now, for me, I had to actually. I don't know if this is a PowerShell issue, but I had to actually type in the full path. I couldn't use the shortcut. And then after you hit enter, it will pop up saying it was registered. And then the next thing you want to do is download this file. You have to right click, save as, and save it somewhere. For some reason, I don't know why it did it that way. And in that file, I have already downloaded it. It will be JScript fix. And you open it up, it'll have this registry file in it. And then you just run it. And before, I'll show you what's in it. I didn't see anything deadly in it, and I've already ran it, so it seems to be working with Windows 10 just fine. So I imagine it worked with all the Windows versions, because I think that's what it says. It worked with all the versions. Yeah, it says applies to all Windows versions up to Windows 10. Like I said, I'm not an expert on registry, and these are hex commands, or hex. I'm not familiar with hex. But like I said, I already ran it. It didn't destroy my system. I'm able to reboot, and all that. So I'm going to call it safe. So go ahead and run that. And then if you're using the Whoops editor, like if you're an IPS, what you want to do is you want to go to create a constants PHP, and you want to define devs Whoops editor, and then you want to put PHP Storm in there. Now, if you're using the Whoops editor in another project, set it up like this. Call the Whoops handler, and then set the handler. And in here, you would just, instead of putting the constant, you would put PHP Storm. And what that does, I'm going to show you what it does. Let's say you run across an exception, or let's do throw new. Oh, I can't type either. We're going to just throw a random exception at the top of this class here. And then when we go to it, it's going to catch it. But the cool thing is, this is the cool feature I was talking about. Now, let's say we have PHP Storm closed, and we want to view this file. It should open up PHP Storm, and it should open up the file, and it should go to the line that has the exception on it. And it works for errors, notifications, and all that too. So if you I'm a lot of stuff here. Let's just type a bunch of randomness into the file. You see, and it says, "Oh, unexpected LTF or whatever." All right, so we're gonna just close out the file. We're gonna click on that, and it should open it back up. And again, it takes us right to it. And if it's already open, it should, in theory, if we click on it, it should take us back. Yeah, see, it took us back to the line. The only browser I didn't get it to work in was our good old friend Internet Explorer here, or Edge 2 or whatever the hell it's called. I don't know if it's a setting or something. But when you first click on it, it'll pop up saying such and such, run with Windows scripts, hit OK or hit remember and allow it. That's about the only thing that's that once it's done, it will work for any project that uses whoops if you set the editor right. So I hope this has been helpful to everybody. You guys have a good night now.